Volatility in the crypto market is massive right now. This rise and fall of the market is almost impossible to predict. However, it also brings with it massive potential. Right now, everyone has the opportunity to start making money. Even small funds today could create new millionaires of tomorrow. GS Partners Global presents you with a unique product, NFT certificates, which give you access into the metaverse. These meta certificates are the key to a virtual world where you were able to gain, win, and earn. Go back 10, 20, 30 years ago when Amazon started onboarding multiple partners and suppliers, all participating and offering their products in this new technology called the internet. In this new market of the technology age, now we have the next evolution of the internet era, a new market with a new technology called blockchain. Welcome to the metaverse markets of NFTs, technology partners, celebrities, all coming together in one new world, Lydian World. You'll meet many tech partners, developers, influencers. Technology partners include BD Swiss, a decade old, top-tier European financial brokerage. Celebrities and sports champions include Floyd Mayweather, Roberto Carlos, and many more. Build meta cities, sell NFTs, play games, earn through meta broker, meta mining, and tap into all the income resources of Lydian World. Get your Metaverse Certificate NFT today and start to earn from our multiple opportunities right now. The evolution is Lydian World. The evolution is now. The origins of life in the universe. First stages in human evolution. First simple technologies that started making our life easier. Welcome to Lydian World. We are glad to introduce our multi-ecosystem. Here, the rewards are generated thanks to the fees applied to each service or product behind an income resource such as staking pools, credit card swipe commissions, mining fields, assisted trading, non-fungible tokens marketplace, interactive airdrops, mainnet masternodes, trivia games, etc. Available on platforms and devices. More than 3 million users expected by the end of 2022 could reach a milestone of $5 billion in total resources. Lydian World, the place where you can explore, earn, and have fun.
All right, good morning. How's everyone doing? Glad that you could make it to this episode of Crypto Morning. It's your brother Fard Mac, the Supreme X Family, Fard Money Network, New Millennium Bankers. So we have a powerful stream and some good information that we want to get over you today. So you already know us in Fard Money Network, New Millennium Bankers. You already know we love to talk about money, right? We love to talk about money. We love to talk about income opportunities, and we have a lucrative income opportunity that we do have. But we don't just talk about income opportunities. We also teach the science behind some of the things that might be misunderstood by a lot of people. So the main thing that we deal with right now is cryptocurrency. We're dealing with decentralized banking. So today, we want to talk about centralized banking versus decentralized banking. What is the difference, and how and which way should the people be leaning in today's time? All right, and we're going to give you all the pros and the cons to what is out here when it comes to these two banking systems. But we want to go straight into it. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but we want to get this education out, and we want to make sure that you take notes. We want you to ask us questions. We want you to come with logical, reasonable questions, right? Whether if you think you right or you think you found something that is that I'm saying that's not right. We don't shy away from that. Please ask questions. All you got to do is type it in the comment section, or you can inbox me personally. If you're on YouTube, you can ask the questions there. If you're on Facebook, you can ask the questions there. Don't ask it in a debating manner. Just ask a logical, reasonable questions. And don't go and start the straw man argument, because we will pull the sword out and go ahead and chop you down. All right? So we ain't doing no straw man arguments, right? If you ask one question, once it's answered, then if you ask another question, then that's what it is. All right? But don't reach. Don't reach. All right? Because you have no way out. So thank y'all for tuning in. But let's get straight into it. We want to go straight into it. And how we're going to do this, we're going to do this by going to two different information platforms to see what they say. Let's see if they line up with what they say. And we're going to start at the central bank. Since the central bank system is the oldest, since the central bank system is the crookedest, and since we don't get nothing from the central bank, we're going to start there. So it's central banks versus decentralized banking, not the other way around. Why? Because the central banks don't want us to be decentralized. That's why they set up centralized banks. And it is a big difference. All right. But let's let Investopedia tell us what a central bank is. All right. Let them tell us. A central bank. What is a central bank? All right. And this article was updated April the 6th of 2022, just 3 months ago. So nobody say that it was old. No. Just 3 months ago by Troy Seagal. All right. And reviewed by Charles Potter. Fact checked by Suzanne. I don't know that name. But it was fact checked, reviewed, and everything. So they say, right? This Investopedia. All right. So this ain't coming from me. This ain't coming from a black outlet. This coming from Investopedia that put out information, and they supposed to have. They fact checked it. They did all of that. But we're gonna go through this article, part of it, and then we're gonna go to another platform and see what they say about central banking. And then we're gonna do the same thing for decentralized banking, also known as decentralized finance. So this is going to be an educational classroom type of setting. So you make sure you listen carefully. Make sure that you take notes. All right, take notes. So there's going to be some key points that is mentioned here, and you want to catch it because it is to your benefit that you get an understanding of these two dynamics that's in the world right now today. It is to your benefit. I'm already doing it. I'm already decentralized. All right. So it's to your benefit that you get the understanding and that your people, your family, your children, everybody knows the difference. All right. The information is out here, but you got to act on it. So let's get into it. What is a central bank? A central bank is a financial institution given privileged control over the production and distribution of money and credit for a nation or a group of nations. In modern economies, the central bank is usually responsible for the formulation of monetary policies and the regulation of member banks, meaning they control the bank. That's what it means. Central banks are inherently non-market based or even anti-competitive institutions. Although some are nationalized, many central banks are not government agencies. That's critical because we're gonna go to what the central bank in America, what they do. Now let me read that sentence. That again. Although some are nationalized, many central banks are not government agencies, and so are often touted as being politically independent, meaning that the government can't control the central bank. That's not a government agency. That's what that means. However, even if a central bank is not legally owned by the government, its privileges are established and protected by law. So what central banks can do is by law, right. However, what the Federal Reserve doing, the number one central bank in the world, it is unconstitutional. They made it law, but in the Constitution, what the Federal Reserve is doing is going against the Constitution. The critical feature of a central bank, distinguishing it from other banks, is its legal, monopoly status, which gives it the privilege to issue banknotes in cash. Private commercial banks are only permitted to issue demand liabilities such as checking deposits. Let's read that again. This is some good stuff, man. The critical feature of a central bank, distinguishing it from other banks, is its legal monopoly status, which gives it the privilege to issue banknotes in cash. Private commercial banks are only permitted to issue demand liabilities such as checking deposits. Key takeaways. A central bank is a financial institution that is responsible for overseeing the monetary system and policy of a nation or a group of nations, regulating its money supply and setting interest rates. They can do what they want to do with that. Central banks enact monetary policy by erasing or tightening the money supply and availability of credit. Central banks seek to keep a nation's economy on an even keel. A central bank sets requirements for the banking industry, such as the amount of cash reserve banks must maintain via their deposits. A central bank can be a lender of last resort to troubled institutions and even governments. The Federal Reserve is set up to solely be a lender to the American government. Oh, this is some good stuff. All right. Understanding central banks. Although their responsibilities range widely depending on their country, central banks' duties and the justification for their existence usually fall into three areas. First, central banks control and manipulate the national money supply. They control and manipulate the national money supply, issuing currencies, setting interest rates on loans and bonds. Typically, central banks raise interest rates to slow growth and avoid inflation. They lower them to spark growth, introductional activity, and consumer spending. In this way, they manage monetary policies to guide the country's economy and achieve economic goals such as full employment. All right. Second, they regulate member banks through capital requirements, reserve requirements, which dictate how banks can lend to customers and how much cash they must keep on hand, and deposit guarantees, among other tools. They also provide loans and services for a nation's banks in its government and manage foreign exchange reserves. They got a lot of power. Finally, a central bank also acts as an emergency lender to distressed commercial banks and other institutions, and sometimes even a government. By purchasing government debt obligations, for example, the central banks provide a politically attractive alternative to taxation when a government needs to increase revenue. Man. Example, the Federal Reserve. Along with the measures mentioned above, central banks have other actions at their disposal. In the United States, for example, the central bank is the Federal Reserve System, aka the Fed. The Federal Reserve Board, the governing body of the Fed, can affect the national money supply by changing reserve requirements. When the requirement minimums fall, banks can lend more money and the economy's money supply climbs. In contrast, raising reserve requirements decreases the money supply. The Federal Reserve was established with the 1913 Federal Reserve Act. When the Fed lowers the discount rates that banks pay on short-term loans, it also increases liquidity. Lower rates increase the money supply, which in turn boosts economic activity. By decreasing interest rates, can fuel inflation. So the Fed must be careful. And the Fed can conduct open market operations to change the federal funds rate. The Fed buys government securities from security dealers, supplying them with cash, thereby increasing the money supply. The Fed sells securities to move the cash into its pockets and out of the system. But that don't sound like a scam to you. Man, listen here. You don't know what a scam is then. If that didn't sound like a scam, right? If that didn't sound like total control, total dominance over the money, I don't know what we're going to say to you to get you to see this. But let's go to the next article. All right, before we go to decentralized. We just going through the pros and cons, and now you can pick whichever you, because majority of us are already doing centralized banking, and we know little about decentralized banking. All right, and we really don't know nothing about centralized banking either. So we want to help everybody get a better understanding. So let's go here. This is the free dictionary by Farlex. All right, let's just see what they had to say. Let's see what there we go. Let's see what they have to say. All right. Central bank, a national monetary authority such as the United States Federal Reserve, which regulates the money supply and credit, issues currency, and manages the rate of exchange. Central bank, banking and finance, a national bank that does business mainly with a government and with other banks. It regulates the volume and cost of credit. Central bank, a bank for banks. The central bank can lend other banks money. In the last result, it can also exercise some control over their activities. Central banks tend to work closely with the government. The United States central banking system is the Federal Reserve. Central bank, a government monetary authority that issues currency and regulates the supply of credit and holds the reserves of other banks and sell new issues of securities for the government. All right. This is a definition. This is giving us the more definition of it, right? But you see the Fed is all in there. So let's go to decentralized. We're going back to Wikipedia, but we're going to decentralized banking though. And I said it's also called decentralized finance, DeFi. So let's go and see what Wikipedia has to say about this. All right. And let us weigh the pros and the cons. Now, if you don't, hey, listen, this is a good topic because we need to understand what is really going on. So let's go over it. All right. This article was updated June the 26th of 2022, reviewed by somebody, and it was fact checked by somebody. Just like the centralized side, right? So let's go now. This is what they saying. Now, if anybody for the naysayers and the disclaimers, anybody want to say we don't trust Investopedia and Wikipedia, who is all of this? All right, but you trust your banks. So the banks, they not hiding this. They not giving you any interest on your money while they make interest off your money. All right. So they do this. So it's up to you. You don't have to, you can say what you want to say, right? We're just giving you the definition of both sides. And the reason we're doing this, right, because some people have the audacity without having any study about finance, about money, about currency, to talk down about decentralized currencies and decentralized banking. So we have to bust this up, all right? But we want to bust it up with documentation and receipts. Because it ain't enough for me to say that I'm decentralized, all right? That I make money in cryptocurrencies. 95, 97% of my income comes from cryptocurrency that I take care of my family with. That ain't enough. Nobody want to hear that. Ain't bringing me to the table to talk about this stuff, right? They don't want to hear that. And I'm living it, though. I ain't just talking, I'm actually living it. They don't want to hear that. But we have people throw stuff out there, throw shade out there, all right? But to me, when you do that uneducated, to me, it's like you work for the international banker. That's what I think. I think you're an international banker agent that you have been hired by them to talk down so it can run people away from crypto and then from the blockchain. So I think you have adopted that. This is my thought. Now that's just the way, that's my opinion on the situation, right? I'm not saying that's what it is, but either you working for them directly or you working for them indirectly. All right? That's what it seemed like when you talk down about stuff that you have no knowledge about. You don't have no knowledge about it. You feel me? Get educated, be humble, and come ask the ones who are educated and the ones who live by this code. Come ask us. We'll tell you. And we'll teach you. We ain't tripping. You feel me? We ain't gonna charge much. Okay, let's go. What is decentralized finance, DeFi? This is also decentralized banking. Decentralized finance, DeFi, is an emerging financial technology based on secure distributed ledgers, similar to those used by cryptocurrencies, the blockchain. The system removes the control banks and institutions have on money, financial products, and financial services. Some of the key attractions of DeFi for many consumers are: it eliminates the fees that banks and other financial companies charge for using their services. You hold your money in a secure digital wallet instead of keeping it in a bank. Anyone with an internet connection can use it without needing approval. You can transfer funds in seconds and minutes. Key takeaways: decentralized finance, or DeFi, uses emerging technologies to remove third parties and financial transactions. Woo! That's the main thing right there. See, we're getting the enemy out of our business over here. You feel me? See, we're getting the enemy out of our business over here. We're getting the middleman out. That's the international bankers. And they want to, we can only do certain stuff. They want to limit what we can do, limit who we send money to. They want to limit this stuff. But they can't limit it with crypto because they ain't in it. It didn't block them out. All right. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, uses emerging technology to remove third parties and financial transactions. The components of DeFi are stablecoins, software, and hardware that enables the development of applications. The infrastructure for DeFi and its regulation are still under development and debate. Understanding DeFi. Understanding decentralized finance. To understand decentralized finance and how it works, it helps to understand how centralized finance differs from DeFi. Centralized finance. In centralized finance, your money is held by the banks, corporations whose overarching goal is to make money. What? Hold up. In centralized finance, your money is held by banks, corporations whose overarching goal is to make money. That should be your goal with your money, right? The financial system is full of third parties who facilitate money movement between parties, with each one charging fees for using their services. For example, say you purchase a gallon of milk using your credit card. The charge goes from the merchant to an acquiring bank, which forwards the card details to the credit card network. The network clears the charge and requests a payment from your bank. Your bank approves the charge and sends the approval to the network through the acquiring bank back to the merchant. Each entity in the chain receives payment for its services, generally because merchants must pay for your ability to use credit and debit cards. All other financial transactions cost money. Loan applications can take days to be approved. You might not even be able to use a bank services if you are traveling. Woo. Decentralized finance. Let's get to it now. Let's get to it. Decentralized finance eliminates intermediaries by allowing people, merchants, and businesses to conduct financial transactions through emerging technology. This is accomplished through peer-to-peer financial networks that use security protocols, connectivity, software, and hardware advancements. From anywhere you have an internet connection, you can lend, trade, and borrow using software that records and verifies financial actions in distributed financial databases. The blockchain. A distributed database is accessible across various locations. It connects and aggregates data from all users and uses a consensus mechanisms to verify it. Now, we've been teaching about this consensus thing with crypto, meaning it's an agreement. We're in agreement that I can send you 1,000 Bitcoins for 1,000 G999 coins. That's an agreement. I'm in agreement with that. All right? That's consensus. Decentralized finance uses this technology to eliminate centralized finance models by enabling anyone to use financial services anywhere, regardless of who or where they are. DeFi applications give users more control over their money through personal wallets and trading services that cater to individuals. Woo! That's some deep stuff. Okay, let's get out of there. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next article. That's gonna break it down even further because we wanna show more of it. We want to give you more research. We don't want to just give you one platform and what they say. We want to give you another one. So here's Harvard Front Technologies. Here's what they say: decentralized banking, what it is and how it works. What is decentralized banking? Quite simply, it is a new way of handling finances that does not rely on traditional banking systems. Woo, let's read that again now. Come on now. This is some good stuff, man. Y'all ain't got, man, we gonna have 100 people on here. I bet 1,000 people up on this thing, man. Where everybody at? They don't want to talk about money. They don't want to learn about the banking system. Don't worry. You're gonna wish you had it in just a minute. Don't worry, time coming. All right. So let's look at it. What is decentralized banking? Quite simply, it is a new way of handling finances that does not rely on traditional banking systems. Instead, it uses a decentralized network to manage transactions and keep track of funds. This can be done with the help of blockchain technology, which allows for secure and transparent transactions. In this blog post, we will explore decentralized banking in more detail and discuss how it works. What is decentralized banking? Decentralized banking is a system in which financial institutions are not operated or controlled by a central authority. Instead, centralized banking relies on a network of computers to manage and process transactions. This makes centralized banking more secure and effective than traditional banking systems. How does decentralized banking work? A decentralized bank uses blockchain technology to keep track of transactions. This allows the bank to operate without a central authority, and it also prevents any one user from controlling the network. Decentralized banks also use smart contracts to automate the process of transactions. This makes the process more effective and secure than traditional banking systems. Why is decentralized banking important? Decentralized banking has a number of advantages over traditional banking systems. For one, decentralized banks are more secure and effective. They also allow for more transparency and accountability, which is important for maintaining trust between the bank and its users. Decentral banking can also help to promote financial inclusion, which is important for developing countries. Is decentralized banking better? Decentralized banking is more secure than traditional banking systems because it relies on blockchain technology. This technology is decentralized, meaning that it is not controlled by any one person or organization. Decentral banking is also more effective than traditional system because it uses smart contracts to automate the processing of transactions. Decentralized banking is still in its early stages, so it remains to be seen whether it will become a mainstream form of finance. However, there are already a number of decentralized banks that are attracting users and investors, so it is likely that decentralized banking will become more popular in the future. All right, so this is what we're offering you. This is what we're offering. You can stay centralized, or you can come get down with us and be decentralized with Gold Standard Bank. Now, we got 2 more slides before we wrap this up and close this. And we want to show what both banks control. All right? We want to show what both banking systems control. Okay? So, we're going to do centralized banking, and the biggest central bank in the world is the Federal Reserve. So we want to make sure that let's go take a look at the debt clock. This is what they control. Let's look at it. And then we're going to look at coin market cap and see what do decentralized banking has and not control. You go to debt clock. Okay? All this in red is the debt. Then you got the world debt clock, state debt clock. Okay? The national debt of the United States, 30 trillion, 564 billion, 947 million in counting. That's the national debt of America, and this is what the Federal Reserve oversees. But they actually have caused this. Because when 1913 got set up, America didn't have $1 trillion in debt. So 108 years later, the country is the national, that means the citizens have accumulated, are accountable for $30.5 trillion worth of debt. That's what this means. All right. Then we scroll down just a little bit more. Then we see the total debt of America is 91,247,758,000,000 and counting. That's the total debt of America. So the government is bankrupt. So the government of America is bankrupt completely. Now, this is what the Federal Reserve, the number one central bank in the world, this is what they control. This is what they oversee. This is what they have monopolized. All right? And this is the average one of us. We go to work. We feed the beast. We feed this snake by having a job because we are charged taxes on our income to keep this afloat. They're supposed to be paying down the debt, the national debt, but we only paying the interest. So the Fed, the Zionist Jews who control it, they only are controlled by the interest. We have a video of a high-ranking New York rabbi that's a Zionist saying that they care nothing about the principle. They say it's all about the interest. The interest must get paid. So every time we pay taxes, we only paying the interest on the debt, never the principal. So the debt will continue to be paid. That's residual passive income for them. So as we see this climbing, the Zionist Jew, the international bankers are getting paid right now while I'm talking about it. Now we're trying to show you some passive income. We're trying to show you residual income in decentralized banking. So you can get out of this or can manage this better. Or you can get a grip on this. You can come out of this completely if you want to. All right? Yeah, we still use cash, but we don't go to work for cash. We don't work for it. Why would I go and trade my time for something and work for something that they are constantly printing? And that I got to pay taxes on. I pay sales taxes when I buy something. And then I got to pay income taxes on the income coming in. See, all that's a scam. All that's a scam. After taxes, you go and buy stuff in the mall, grocery store, gas station. You be like, damn, what? The shoes cost $100, but I end up, due to taxes, paid $120 for the damn shoes. Right? Yeah, this is real. Taxes, sales taxes. All right? And then on my income is getting taxed too. Come on, man. We got to wake up out of this, man, especially when we have other opportunities, other systems coming about. The blockchain is a system. And it's challenging this system right here. That's why the government officials and none of the presidents, none of them, they trying, we want to regulate crypto, we want to do this. No, man. They really want to ban it. But they really want to get involved in it and use it so they can benefit from it. And they want to keep the majority of the people away. All right? So we are paying taxes. We are paying the interest to a debt. But it's residual and passive income for the international bankers. Not the workers of the Federal Reserve. Not the people that work there. They are just guinea pigs. Right? They just little pawns. They have nothing to do with the overall control of this. It's a shadow banking system that even control the Fed. That you don't see. And we can't go pull up their names and pull up their pictures. All right? This is that time, though. Right? Everything is being exposed, and you're going to have to make the decision. All right? So this is centralized banking here. Centralized currency, with the dollar being the number one centralized currency. They got that monopolized. Let's go to crypto. Let's go to decentralized and look at these currencies. What we have. All right? Now, this this market cap is 924,680,5,816,133.68. All right? Now, that's up from what it was yesterday. But this is all money going into the system. There ain't no red here, either cryptocurrency down or it's up. Right? But there's no credit being generated. There's no debt being generated. This is not produced by debt. So let's take a look at some of the cryptos and see what they're doing. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at $20,605.43. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is up 2.25%. Last 7 days, Bitcoin is up 8.71%. Now, what does that mean? Well, if I hold Bitcoin, if I had some Bitcoin last night, 24 hours later, the money that I put into Bitcoin has grown by 2.25%. If I had in the last 7 days, it has grown by nearly 9%. That's just the math on it. I can't make that more plainer than that. All right, here's Ethereum. If I had Ethereum's at $1,202.48. If I had Ethereum in the last 24 hours, it's up nearly 6%. If I had got Ethereum 7 days ago, which would have been last Thursday, Ethereum is up almost 18.5%. And this is the decentralized stuff over here. All right. However, if you're not in a real system, then you're not getting paid more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, right? Or if you're not set up so you can get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum by selling your product, or you can join the best network on the planet, which is Gold Standard Bank Partners, because these are our currencies. We get paid in this. All right? We get paid in this. Now let's go and look at the G999 coin, where you can get paid from marketing this ecosystem. See, not only can you benefit from the decentralization of what we have, but you can get paid more decentralized currencies by marketing our decentralized ecosystem. All right? You can get paid this here. This is what we have. This is the best thing going right here. The G999. The G999 is up 2.55%. Let me refresh and make sure. 2.57%. The G999 is up 2.5% in the last 24 hours. Trading for less than a half a penny. 0.004386. That's less than a half a penny. So for 1 penny, you can get you two G999 whole G999 coins. That's the gas and the utility coin to the whole ecosystem, meaning it's the official money, the official currency to this ecosystem that we have, that's powered by Gold Standard Bank and the G999 mainnet blockchain. And we get paid in Bitcoin, Ethereum, USD Tether, in the G999, in our linear stablecoin for marketing this. So showing you how to come bank over here. That's why we Gold Standard Bank. All right. So with that being said, family, thank y'all for tuning in. And if you ever wanted to liquidate your crypto, we got the best crypto card in the world, the GS Lifestyle card. All right. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Forward Money Network, please do so right now. We got 949 subscribers. We need 51 more subscribers to hit 1,000. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we go live, and we do these crypto mornings every morning, right? And we will be back in the morning with another episode of Crypto Mornings. Never know what we're going to talk about. We might even do a part 2 of this, because this is some good information. Get this, clip it up, do what you got to do with it, use it to your best benefit. If you want to come and bank with us, right, over the blockchain, decentralized, then get with the person that shared a video with you, or you can contact us directly, or you can text 10K to 833-549-2079 so you can register and get a part of our project, which is Project Exodus 10,000. We want 10,000 cryptocurrency millionaires in our network this year. We want that. So if you want to be one of those 10,000, then come get down with us. All right? Come get down with us. We get paid multiple ways. Passive, residual, earn, active, all type of income. Any income you can name, we got it over here in Gold Standard Bank. Make no mistake about it. So with that being said, family, thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all on the next stream.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform.
Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.